What up?
Hey, we're back. I'm Arthur, this is Stacy, and we're Georgia 4 Hey, today we're going to do some likes and dislikes on our 2022 Yukon SLE 4-wheel drive with a Duramax. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
So stick around. We'll give you some of the things we like, show you some of the features, and so far we truly are enjoying the vehicle. But there are some things that I think they could have done different or better.
Yeah, just small adjustments.
Yep. So let's dive into it. First, we're going to talk about and just do a walk around. Absolutely love the body style of this 2022 and love the big truck, meaty looking front end. I think that just looks so good. It's bulky, it's in your face, kind of nice and square. But overall, me and Stacy both love the body style and the lines of this Yukon 2022. It is the SLE, which is the base model package. But we also have, this is the dark metallic blue. Might as well be black. The paint's been very challenging just to keep clean and to keep it protected, obviously like any other dark colored vehicle would be. Now, some of the things that I dislike about this vehicle is this, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this felt lining that they put in the fender wells. I know that is pretty common in a lot of new vehicles, but I dislike it. We just washed this thing yesterday, and you can already see that a lot of the road grime when it rains, it's hard to get it out of that felt material, and it looks cheap. If any of the higher trim levels come with the difference, maybe a plastic line in there, let me know. But we also love the wheels. I think these stock wheels are rugged looking. In the future, it's going to be really cool when we get a set of nice all-terrains on here, maybe even doing a white letter. But I love the wheel. They did a good job on the wheels. One thing I dislike, I love the functionality of these factory running boards, but the fact that they are black, this vehicle looks dirty just after you've been in and out of it just a couple of times. You can maybe you can see the footsteps there from we've just got in the vehicle and drove down the road, not even a couple miles. But if those would have been like a satin, stainless, or some kind of aluminum finish, the vehicle would look cleaner longer. But time we get in and out a couple times, these get dirty just with footprints. Makes the whole vehicle look dirty. But it is what it is. I'm just glad they came on the vehicle because they are functional for getting in and out of it. Of course, we love the Duramax in this thing. The 3-liter Duramax is awesome. We're averaging 24, 25 miles per gallon in town, and then we get out on the highway, we're doing 28 to 30 miles per gallon out on the highway. To us, that is incredible for such a big vehicle that's 4-wheel drive. So the 3-liter Duramax has been doing us great so far. It's got plenty of power. That 10-speed transmission just gives it all kind of bandwidth, and really impressed. We've had zero issues, don't expect to have any, and but so far it's been great. The power, it's just fuel economy, it's great. So Miss Stacy's going to talk about some of the things that she likes, or maybe even some things that she dislikes with her new 2022 Yukon. So we're going to turn it over to her.
Woohoo! All right, so one of the major things that I love is this front little storage compartment. If I don't take my purse, and sometimes ladies or even guys, y'all don't, you just throw your billfold, your change purse, and yes, I have a massive key thing. I mean, some days it's got to be the way it is. Just saying. Then I chunk my phone in here, and I love this center console piece because it has such amazing storage.
We've got 2 charging ports there. That's
cool. I just got junk thrown down in here for now, but I love how open I call the cabin area of the vehicle, the front. I love how roomy and open it is. Arthur's 6'1"ish. I'm 5'8". Don't let him lie. I'm 5'8". We're a little bit taller, a little bit bigger people, and I just love how roomy it is. The back seat or I should say the middle seat. We've not sat in the third row yet.
No one sat back there.
Excuse me. But I will tell you this, there is so much room, and that middle seat is so comfortable, even as adults. It's very roomy. There are only 2 things that I dislike about Big Blue. Big Blue, Mama loves you. Don't take this the wrong way. It's not your fault. 2 things. One, the handle. The safety handle.
Got a grab handle on this side, but not over there.
They're on all 3 doors, the 2 passenger the rear passenger and then the side passenger door. But I think GMC missed the mark.
Yep.
Instead of some people holding on to the steering wheel, stepping down to get out, I like to grab hold to get up in my 4-wheel drive vehicle. I mean, I like the aspect of, hey, I'm getting up in this vehicle. I want to hold on to this. And some mornings when it's raining or whatever and you're in a hurry, you don't want to have to grab on here. You want to be able to get in and, like he's showing you, grab a hold of that and get in. The second thing that I do not like, and Arthur does laugh at me, for him to be they say base model, I mean, he has all the bells and whistles minus the leather. And, you know, when you pay a certain amount of your hardworking dollars for a vehicle, you know, you kind of think for that ticket price, you know, the little sales ticket price, you could at least put heated seats in here, GMC. I mean, ain't too much. Mama ain't asking for much. She just like to have heated seats.
Yeah, our daughter's 2019 model Nissan Rogue that was under 20 grand
has heated seats.
And they're cloth seats.
Yeah.
And they're heated,
so I'm kind of like, why not make that a standard no matter what kind of the package? Cooled, I could see for your LTs, your Denali's, things of that nature. But when you have an amazing, luxurious vehicle like Big Blue is, why not just make it customary? Hey, we're putting heated seats in here. But out of everything, gas mileage, you know, diesel consumption, overall, just the ride, even and I'm going to correct him, it's midnight blue is the color.
It's midnight blue, not dark metallic.
Not dark metallic.
Okay. It's dark blue.
So, and it does, he almost looks black, but even with the paint, I would have thought that it would be hard to care for. But out of everything that encompasses in the inside and outside make of this vehicle, the 2 things that bother me are there's no handle on the driver's side, and it does come with heated seats. But other than that, I would make the same purchase all over again.
Well, also, it's being a base model package. Like Stacy mentioned, it's got a lot of features. Now, granted, it doesn't have leather, and we all know that leather is a lot more comfortable on long trips, but we have power seats on the driver and passenger side. We have a digital entertainment center that obviously connects to your phones, but controls your climate control. The navigation system with our phone is all up here. So this vehicle has a lot more technology in it than what we're used to for a base model, obviously. Power windows, power door locks. It's got lane assist.
You love that.
So it's got a huge information center that's got all your different trip 1, trip 2. It's got your brake pad life, your oil filter life, air filter life. So it's got a lot of features in a base model vehicle. Let's look at the back. Now we got power seats in the front, obviously on the passenger driver side. There's mechanical seats in the back, which are fine, but it's pretty roomy back here. I've sat back here before, and if you're 6 foot plus, 250 plus like I am, you got plenty of leg room. There's no problem with that. Also, I like the fact that they put a little button under here that allows this glass piece to raise up and gives you access to inside the cargo area in the back.
Very old school.
And of course down here, obviously on the higher trim levels, you got hydraulic assist there, or actual automated for you, where it actually got electric motors that raise and lowers this. But got a large cargo area. We typically keep the third row folded down just because the trips that we've made, obviously we need the cargo space to put all that stuff back here. There's tie down hooks back here. We got our 110 outlet back here. So basically we just keep these seats down and use it for our trips and whatnot. And do not, a little disappointed in these GMC cargo mats, but they were free, but they're pretty horrible. Now, one thing I really like about this vehicle at night is we have little LED lights under here that just lightly light up these cargo boxes, and it's got nice LEDs underneath the dash, and also it's got nice LEDs in the overhead lights. Got our controls here, different driving modes, your four-wheel drive.
And the one thing that we are exceptionally pleased with is sometimes when you park on a slight incline or a slope, Big Blue, this vehicle automatically puts the parking brake on for you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because a couple of times I've been like, why did you put the brake on? And Arthur's like, I didn't. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so there's a few surprises there for us, obviously.
Yes.
The thing we thought that was kind of odd, when we first got in the vehicle, I was like, man, that's just a weird place for that piece of the padded dash. But after we started driving it,
I love it.
it's actually a soft point to rest your hand while you're operating the entertainment center. So it looked kind of odd at first, but we're kind of old school. But
while you're trying to go home, while you're trying to search destinations, you can just rest it here, especially if you are using the keypad.
Yeah, so it actually is, it makes perfect sense. So it's kind of well thought out, even though we didn't think it was when we first got in the vehicle for the first couple of days.
Right.
I wasn't a big fan of this, but I'll tell you what, after about a week or so, I kind of like that.
Brake, pull this, brake,
drive.
I mean, these are just, park is push button, but these are just pull assist.
It took me about a week to get a hang of that, but after a while,
because we kept trying to reach here to put it in drive or reverse, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this little cubby hole works good. Got 2 pairs of sunglasses. Got my Oakleys down there in the bag. Got her Costas on top. At first, I didn't know what that little cubby hole was going to be for, but it works good. Okay, just to give you a little bit of information, we've had the vehicle for 3 months now, and we've put right at 7,600 miles on it. So we have driven this vehicle we live in Cartersville, Georgia, so we have traveled from Cartersville, Georgia to Panama City Beach. We have been to Fall Creek Falls in Tennessee. We've been to Knoxville, Tennessee. We also drove it from Cartersville, Georgia up to Niagara Falls, from Niagara Falls back down to Washington, D.C., and then back home. Having a little hard time with that. So we have done some trips in this vehicle. So I feel that we have a pretty good understanding of its comfort level. And like I mentioned earlier, talking about the fuel mileage, you run out of steam before the Duramax does. Trust me, before you run out of fuel on a highway trip, you need to stop, get out, stretch, get you something to drink. But so far it's very pleasant. The ergonomics are pretty well. I like them pretty much. The way the steering wheel is laid out, the controls there. We talked about the gear shift selection, the climate control. Some of the stuff over here on the left, I think is a little bit awkward place. It's not too bad. I just don't know if there was a better place they could have put it, but at the moment it works. You don't use some of these functions a lot. Mostly I use the turning off the auto stop, because that just, for some reason, that just irritates me. I guess it's just, I'm old school, and a vehicle shouldn't turn off every time I come to a stop. But so we have 7,603 miles, and I'm just going to take you through. This is a little customizable digital screen, and you can lay this out different ways. You can hide certain things, you can highlight certain things. But just scroll through. You got trip 1, trip 2. There's a timer, drive timer, your tire pressure, fuel economy. That's adjustable. I think you can do like 50 miles all the way up to like a 450 mile trip. It's just kind of your best average fuel economy. Driver assistance, that lane assistance, there's some information highlighted there when you got it activated and you're actually driving. Oil life, you know, you got the brake pad life, air filter life, fuel filter. There's your off-road, actually checking your angles and whatnot when you're off-road. Engine hours, transmission fluid temperature. There's the DEF fluid, which is obviously full now. And that blank page and information pages. This is where you can kind of set up some of the items and information. Speed, and then we're back to drive summary. Now the DEF fluid, we have, like I said, 7,600 miles. We've actually filled the DEF tank up one time, and that was at a roughly, man, I think that was about 5,800 to 6,000 miles, somewhere around in there is when we had to refill the DEF tank back up, and that was a pretty painless task. We found a gas station, filling station that has DEF at the tank here in our hometown, or at the filling tank, and that was pretty easy. I think that might be the easiest way for us to go instead of buying it in those big 2.5 gallon jugs and trying to pour it in. The made zero mess filling it up at the filling station, and I think it was just a little bit cheaper than buying the jugs. But so far, you know, I'm impressed with the how much DEF fluid it's consuming, because it's not a whole lot at the moment. I know it is based on driving conditions, and if we start towing a boat that we're soon to get, things like that, that obviously we could probably consume more DEF fluid. But you know, modern diesels have a regen process. I can't tell if this one has ever gone through a regen process. I mean, I haven't noticed. You know, sometimes people say you can notice a difference in the maybe the fuel economy, or maybe there's a different odor out underneath the hood. Or I haven't noticed anything. I couldn't tell you if it's ever done a regen process or if it hadn't. We just get in it and drive it. Everything's driving normal. Fuel mileage is always good. Nothing out of the ordinary as far as that's concerned, and fingers crossed that it all runs good. We got the 5-year 100,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty on the vehicle, so we need to just continue to drive it and put it to test, put it to use. So you got your USB port here, and I think there's USB A, USB C, and then you have a little 12 volt DC outlet there. The passengers have USB-C here and here, and you also got a 110 outlet there. One thing that I really think GM nailed it on was this right here. This plastic piece here, obviously when you're putting your foot up here to step and get in, your toe of your shoe, your boot's always going to want to hit here. So they put a nice cap here, kind of like a toe cap. And also, if you ever notice when you're trying to get in a vehicle, a lot of times your heel likes to hit and drag in sometimes. So props on this, guys, for putting this piece here, just so you don't have a bunch of wear and tear on some paint. But that worked out really well. So they get an A+ for having that piece of trim there. Oh yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? That's one of the reasons we love this thing, is the diesel power, being a Duramax.
The number one reason.
Number one reason.
And listen, I mean, go ahead and give a props to our sales team over here.
Yeah, where do we pick
Riverside.
Riverside GMC in Cartersville, Georgia. They did us good.
They are amazing. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, I promise you, they are some of the best God-fearing people, and they will do anything they can to help you out.
Yep, we got a good deal on it, and so far so good.
We love it.
We've been loving it, enjoying the vehicle. They are a few, you know, no vehicle's perfect. There's always some things that could be preference-wise, it could be different. But if you got any questions about the 3-liter Duramax Yukon SLE package 4-wheel drive, drop them below, and we'll be glad to answer them for you. I know this was just a little quick overview of the video. What you doing?
I said, he will.
Oh.
Don't ask me. I just drive.
Drop your comments below. I'll try to answer them for you. But we're out of here, and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe.
Hey, we couldn't do it without y'all. Remember that. We've got some new videos coming out soon. Our Jeep is up on blocks at the moment.
Getting some new bead locks put on.
Yes, and we're planning a trip soon here. It'll be Christmas light type stuff, but hey, we still planning a trip, so y'all just hang tight, and warmer weather is around the corner.
Yeah, hopefully anyways.
We hope so.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.